All right. Wednesday, Mayor, let's switch it up. You kick it off.
Wednesday. Welcome to Beard Advice, ladies and gentlemen. I am the mayor, and you are
Dan C. Bearded.
And this is our show where we do
Beard Advice. We also do a couple of other things.
We drink Mountain Dew.
And this is my first time. The mayor brought the real sugar Mountain Dew over. I've never had the real sugar one.
So we treat ourselves. We don't do this relax. Now, I will admit the last 10 months of it more or less in-home living. I've put, the weight is sneaky a little bit. We all have to pay attention to that, and you have to anyways. But I look forward to that Mountain Dew with like 3 days out, 2 days out. I usually will do a Diet Pop or coffee or water. We also do our water.
Yep.
But we eat one other thing. We have a little treat aside from the Mountain Dew. What is that, Dan?
We like to consume jerky of the beef variety, the turkey, the buffalo. We've had buffalo. We've had alligator. We've had really anything, you name it, and we are going to consume some jerky.
If you can jerkify it, we'll eat it.
Yep. If you can dehydrate it.
Disclaimer. I mean, you probably have something out there that's a jerky that.
Yeah, or a jerk.
Like rat jerky or something like that.
Yeah, I'd try it. And today we got a couple of good ones going on, unopened, not even tried before. These are brand new. I'm going to be munching. The mayor's probably going to help me out here. And these are all Mingy today. My hat, one of our favorites. We were blown away with them a while ago, and we've both gone back for reorders. Mm-hmm. We've bought them. I did a huge order through my man Ken. He lives down there, so he paid for it. You did it off Amazon, right?
Right.
So yeah, and they have a website. So I'm going to be doing garlic and onion. Now here's my predicament. I love garlic, but I'm not a fan of onion. But Sam and the mayor assured me that I am going to like it. So
I would say I have some, I don't know about assurance.
Okay.
But I have, 80-20. It's going to be okay and not too much onion and more garlic.
Okay. And then the mayor has one that I can't eat, but it looks delicious.
Oh, yep. Teriyaki. And why can't you have that?
It's got gluten in it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it's, I think it's got barley malt, and barley malt is from wheat. So I can't do that one.
And I want to share this with you guys too.
Oh yeah.
I have a puppy named Matt, a dog named Max. So Dan was nice enough to give this to me. And this, I'm not even lying. I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but I literally looked at it. It looks so much, and I love this so much. I'm like, is it really like for the dog? Like, can we share it? Well, yeah. I think I'm not the first one because if you look, not for human consumption. So I'm gonna go with the label.
Yes, I thought the same thing before I gave it away. I was like, I wonder if I can eat this, and I read it, and it said, yeah, it came through. Mayor's beard's coming in quite nicely.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, I do have celiac disease, in case anybody's wondering. I got full blown. It's been for like 10 years now diagnosed, so I got full forced celiac disease.
There's two other things I can think of we need to talk about.
Go ahead. I'm going to try this. This is my first time in a long time trying to jerky on here live that I'm not sure if I'm going to like or not. Ooh. Just because of the flavor. I love this jerky, but it's just because of the flavor.
Taking a jerky risk.
So what else we got to talk about tonight? Take this away, Mayor.
The gear.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This, look at, you see this shirt? Like, look at that. We're knocking heads right there. Mm-hmm. Boom. There's a little bit of Beard Advice gear out there. How do they get that, though, if they would want that?
They are going to go to this link right here. I did not even have this planned.
Sorry.
But it is The Beauty and the Beard MI on Etsy from my beautiful wife, Sam C.
So, if you guys, we always appreciate that. People see your shirt, they're going to ask about what is that? We would love to have you tell that story someday. That helps us out.
Yeah.
One more thing I can think of.
Yes.
So, welcome to February. Somebody commented they love the 313. What is that? It's amber and toasted vanilla. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an amazing scent.
It's essentially their conditioner scent.
Okay. Yep. So it's from Detroit Grooming. And I don't know if you saw on our social media, we've been pushing it out. We will continue to, but all February long, any submission that we put on the air, those names will be entered into a drawing at the end of the month, like the 24th, I believe is our final February show.
Yep.
For like a gift package
Yeah.
from Detroit Grooming. We kind of had this idea to do this Love the Beard promotion.
Tell them about it.
This is something, one of the big things I've noticed that drives us and gives us some energy here with this group, with our Facebook group, Commands Corner, and also with this show is women getting involved and women.
Yeah.
And I knew we had Detroit Grooming coming up on our schedule for the Facebook group. And I said, Dan, there isn't of all the brands, Detroit Grooming is a brand that I know women would buy for their husband, because every single scent there's no like almost like too manny scent. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but super great scent profiles, great products. And I'm like, hey, let's see if we can get a few women to maybe put their man's name in. How do we do that? And we had some time and we chatted with Detroit Grooming. They were on board. They helped us with a lot of the aspects of it, and also put up the prize at the end.
Yep.
So if you know anybody out there, you check our social medias at Mayor's Beard Journey on Instagram, Dan C Bearded on Instagram. We have posted links to this kind of contest, the rules and all that.
Yep.
And especially if we can get, I'll tell you, I don't want to like give it away, but if we do get some of those true natural, it's a wife or it's a mom for a son, I think those are going to be brought up, because we think that there's a lot of power there. We want to love the beards. We want to save the beards. We want women, our wives, our loved ones, to be a part of that process. Yeah. So Love the Beard in February, sponsored by Detroit Grooming.
Yes. And Dan C Bearded, your discount code always there, guys. So consider that. Thank you, Mr. Votto. If you guys can, hit a thumbs up on the video. Quick thoughts. My first time ever with the real sugar. It's interesting. It doesn't have, like, to me, Mountain Dew is known as, like, the main characteristic of Mountain Dew for me is it has like a bite. It has like a crispness to it. It like zips you. This doesn't have as much of that bite. I'm like missing the bite a little bit.
And I thank you very much, Detroit Grooming. There they are.
Thank
Save the beard. Smash that like, but thank you so much. I would describe it as it doesn't have the smoothness of the other one. It's almost not as easy a drink to me.
I agree. I agree.
It's good. It's gonna be gone at the end of the night, but I don't know, something about that.
I like the original better, but it is good. It will completely be gone for sure. David, nope, I did not make a video on the Silky Dan series, but we did launch it on New Year's Eve. So that live stream is up. So if you go find the live stream from New Year's Eve, you can go learn all about that one. And then there's a quick question here, and I know a lot of people can help out on this one. Dan, loving Belle Isle butter because of you. What's their consistency of oil like? Their oils are pretty much straight up medium viscosity, maybe a medium light, right on the sliver on the lighter side. And their oil is just as much a star as the butter. The butter, I would say, it gets the limelight because we just said this before the stream started. There is nothing out there that's like Detroit Grooming's butter. Just period. You cannot show me another butter that's even similar to theirs. It just doesn't exist. Are there other oils that are similar to theirs? There are, but there's quality, great oils that are similar. But the butter is absolutely one of a kind, and it's very fitting that they invented beard butter. Back in 2013, the first company to coin the term beard butter was Detroit Grooming. And a lot of people don't realize, you will this Sunday if you watch my video, and everyone thinks of like Honest Amish as the OG and Honest Amish being like the one that's been around the longest. They actually opened up in the same year. Detroit Grooming and Honest Amish.
Oh, wow.
So yes. Yeah, right. Don't you mean Mountain Dew Pop? Yeah, no, this is our Coke Mountain Dew.
So it's funny you mentioned the Belle Isle, just real quick side note. I had never smelled it before.
Oh, really? And all the times I talked about it?
Because I think that what you have for your Belle Isle, it's not being shared. No. It's a really amazing lavender and bergamot. Wait, what is the I can't remember. Maybe I put you on the spot for that. I'm sorry.
No, it's orange and lavender.
Okay.
Yep, orange and lavender. Is there a best consistency of beard oil to use before blow drying? Nope, it's completely personal preference. It depends on your beard, depends on your skin. It is literally personal preference. Any good quality carrier oil, Daniel, is going to have this in the same range of the smoke or heat point, so you're not going to have to worry about that too much. Once you start getting into like the yeah, there's a maybe there'll be a video idea. So thank you on that.
I think the biggest thing with the oil and heat, I know for me, is giving at least 5 minutes to absorb.
Yep.
You know, like you always have recommended.
Always give it 5 minutes. There's so many times where guys say this doesn't work or that doesn't work, but they're just missing a key thing, like waiting 5 minutes. Or someone says that heat doesn't work and they didn't put oil on before. So there's so many different things to it. So yeah, I love it.
My key thing tends to be portion that I use.
Okay. Yep.
You know, I tend to overuse and I now like literally going through this beard journey and learning about it. I used to just be like all or nothing on all products that I would use, and shampoo, whatever. Probably wasted a lot, but for my beard, I learned in some ways the hard way.
Yeah,
over using too much.
Yeah, that's just the way. It's almost just how you go through.
You almost can't use too little. Like for my beard, like as long as you notice it's in the you can feel what it does, it's good. And
you can always go back in and add more. Does anybody make a burnt beard scented oil? Nope, I don't think so. That would be
campfires.
Yeah,
I don't think
right.
We're going at something directly.
So we are going to get into our Beard Advice Live. This is episode number 19 of actually featuring pictures all the way back to Mr. Votto on our first one. And this is episode number 2 of our new style. Episode number 2. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I said it. I love this. I was genuinely worried about the onion. I really was. Sam assured me I wouldn't mind it. The mayor kind of gave me a tweener, and I do really enjoy it. It smells like garlic with a little bit of like something there, but it's really nice. Really, really nice. And we're going to try and pepper in your guys' questions throughout the stream. I'm considering in the near future, by the way, guys, of doing a random stream that is just straight up Q&A. My streams have been so packed, so loaded, which I know you guys love. I love the energy's there. We have a purpose, right? Our purpose now is Beard Advice. But I'm going to do, hear me out. I'm going to do a live stream, likely on YouTube, where it's just me doing a Q&A. You guys hit me with questions about beards, about my life, about that stuff. Just because I think that would be pretty fun to do. You guys ever think of doing intro music? It's been pitched to us a bunch of times. For me, I'm not big on the show aspect of it. I know I can do like intro music. I can do like video transitions and stuff. On live streams, I don't know why. I just like to be a meat and potato guy. I can get a nicer HD camera, which I'm sure I will eventually. For some reason, I just like the kind of lay back, low-key kind of style live streams. I don't know why. It's just I've genuinely thought about this and considered it. I just enjoy it. I just like the vibes that we have. So yeah. And I don't like this as much. Again, I like it. It's better than most of the pops out there, but there's something missing. There's something missing with it.
Smoothness to me. The drinkability is down. Even from like a Code Red or I think we're corn syrup fans because that's what it is. But it's true. It's sad, but it's true.
Yep.
The big difference is just that cane sugar, that real sugar.
Yep, they got us. And Mayor, we used to touch this a lot, and I feel like we've kind of gotten away from it. Where are you at in your beard journey, your beard week right now? What's something new that you've observed? People love kind of living through where you're at, that kind of stuff that I'm not able to bring to the channel. So what's been some observations you've had, some experiences recently?
So the big thing for me the last couple of weeks is, as you know, Dan and I are both teachers. We are back at work.
Thank you, Nick.
With kids. So mask wearing is, essential and so the big thing for me has been kind of talking myself down. I wear a mask and it will like shape this part of my beard quite a bit. And I've learned, like I actually did a trim once based on that because I thought like certain was growing longer. But washing it is amazing. Washing and conditioning it and brushing it and heat treating it. It was always the same beard, but like trying to talk myself out of that has been something I've been learning this last couple of weeks. And then I think your question is more to, do I think I go longer or what? I like the style, shape, size right now that it is. I love having the little bit like underneath the mask. I love that. Like, I know it's weird, but that like straight, like that look with the style mask that I choose to use. Not the one from Instagram today. I wore, that was a one and done. If you saw that,
that was good.
Yeah. But the basically I think I'm at a good length. I guess I should just say it that way. I like to, I'm trying to keep it trim, but I don't know if you know, like it does seem like it's sneaking down a little bit. I don't know. You guys feel that way? Like it's just getting a little bit longer, definitely longer than when we started for sure.
We have a request. Can you please see the entire design of your shirt?
Oh, sure. There you go. Boom.
And these are made by Sam C, you guys. They are in the shop. Steve's shirt is listed. Mine is not. But if you want it, just buy it and put in the comments like pocket logo. And Sam's got you. So, yes. And in case anybody's curious about Mingy, guys, it is right down right here. You guys can hop on that. Amazing. How's the teriyaki?
It's good. I'm super enjoyable. Going to eat all of it. But the teriyaki takes away a little bit of the salt. I know I'm complaining a lot.
You love the salt side.
I love the saltiness of it. So the teriyaki kind of mutes that to my palate. So
gotcha.
I can't say them.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, we clearly know our passion for Mingy, so it's not like we got to keep it honest. That's of course always. All right, let's get into our first beard advice live, guys, of the night. So how this works now is we got a new little system here. All right, so let me exit out that guy. Beautiful. All right, and we're just gonna keep going. So if you are here, guys, please say something. Let us know that you are ready to roll. But we're going to kind of keep going. But if we get a chance to highlight your comment, we'll do that. But we're just going to kind of go on throughout the presentation and throughout the show.
We always love that. If we see you and we're watching the chat, we might interact and ask some questions.
And we do, especially, if there's something we're like, hey, what about this one? And guys, we want to make this super clear. This is not just advice from us too. This is advice from the gentlemen out there, from the ladies out there. We want you guys giving the feedback. It's all about how you deliver it. But I don't think we've ever once had we don't even have to say that. I don't think we've ever once had a problem with anybody being rude, disrespectful, no negative intentions. Everybody's here to help, and they know what it takes to submit somebody to analyze, hundreds of people to analyze your beard.
Right.
So I really appreciate the way you guys approach it, but please give your thoughts. If you feel like you have something that could help them, drop it in a comment. If you have a video in mind that you could link them to, right? Brian's going to hit us with the blowout beard. Why? Because it's actually good advice. It's stuff that can help people. Some stuff we joke about, but it's true.
Right. We have our inside jokes and all that. And if you're not sure what that means or why it's funny, ask. In a nice way.
And guys in the chat, please feel free to help out there. You guys know you can always help. All right. So first up, we have Aaron B. Aaron B.
Welcome. Give me your honest opinion on the beard. I know. And you're also, Aaron, you're the first submission to our giveaway at the end of the month by Detroit Grooming. I know the waves are a problem because of masks. I have to straighten it several times a week. I've been looking for a beard-friendly mask. Any ideas where I could look?
Okay. So first off, with the beard-friendly mask, there are several great options out there. If you message me, Aaron, I can get you a link on Amazon to one that I use. Also, there's several companies that make beard-specific masks. I know a lot of people in the chat are going to say My Doodle Designs, I believe is the name. They have some really good ones. And then I have a guy personally that I use. It's hard for me. His name's King Richard to me. I don't know if you'll be able to find him with that. But if you send me a message on Instagram, I can send you his connection. I've never made money off him or anything like that. He just makes really good masks. It's the ones I wear to school. So you can customize them and have all that stuff in there. Thank you, Rob. So yeah, there's lots of things. I know Always Bearded makes a beard tarp that everyone likes. So there's options out there. There's a lot of them. You don't have to wreck your beard to be able to get that protection that you need. All right. So good. And now let's take a look here. He just was looking for honest feedback, right? Honest opinion on the beard. And then sometimes I have two, sometimes there's only one. All right. So this is what we got here. So Mayor, what do you see? What are your thoughts to begin here?
First of all, awesome beard. I love it. Yours is the side is a totally different beard to me than the front, which is, I think, and they both are cool for their own reasons. I love your the edge you have in the back. I wouldn't mess with that at all. In the front, I think you're doing amazingly. My only advice is going to be on the mask thing, and I'm a little the way I've settled into my mask life, and it can change, but is I use kind of the disposable surgicals just with the wire in it. And I kind of,
that's what I'm gonna have to wear at Disney.
Okay.
You can't wear anything that's open on the bottom.
I kind of am over adventures with my masks. I I just kind of live with. I have to. For me, it's not so much that I hate what it does to my beard. I just kind of accept that. And then like tonight, I wore a mask all day today. Tonight I did the wash, condition, heat, oil, butter, brush up with the boar's hair, brush down, and it was back. The thing that I think there is no perfect answer. Literally we are in a time when we have to wear something over our beard in public, or at least halfway over. There's never going to be a fix to it. It's just to me, 95% of people aren't going to notice your wave from the mask or anything like that. And you might, but you got to say, all right, but do I really, it's not hurting the beard as long as I can restyle it out. And again, I use heat every day. So that might be something, step up that heat if you want to, but there's going to be, I just kind of segment my life. And I'm only telling you, I don't expect you to do this, but I say, all right, it's just going to be a little messed up for a while. It just is what it is. I like the look of like a straightened beard underneath here coming out. But it's just not perfect. And there's times when I want to get my beard ready. And then there's times when I'm like, okay, well, I know it doesn't look on point. It's maybe a little blurry.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
Right. Yeah, I'm on the same board here. Your beard's fantastic. Definitely you have a wave going on in the front, probably because of the mask, right? That was kind of your question there. So you have a couple of options. Adjust with the mask you wear, but most likely you're still going to have to fight that battle afterwards or in the morning, especially on the weekends and if you're not wearing one. Another good tip here Josh put out that I've been recommending to everybody is, and hello, everyone. Hello in there, Steve, Funk Daddy, everybody. What's up, Dave? I always recommend if you guys are wearing a mask, go oil only. Balm is not going to help you in that situation. It's only going to hurt you. It'll give you more of a chance to be able to suffocate the beard. And also, balm is meant to be able to go in to lock in the style. That's what it's going to do. If you have a wave, that balm's going to lock in the wave. Absolutely. Rob, I have one video on beard sleep, not this current week, but I have another video coming next week. Don't miss that one. It's literally about a pillow. So hold on to that one over there. Hey, well, so yeah, you're doing great, man. I know it's on your mind. I know the mask. I know the wave. I would say double part, be proactive and reactive. That was nice.
Oh, wow.
Proactive with the beard, the beard mask,
no,
and then reactive with the heat. That's what I would go with. All right. So awesome. And let me hit this question here real quick. Detroit Grooming, when is Mackinac and Sturgis dropping? I happen to have both of those in oil and butter right in front of me right now. I got this nice little kit. If you notice on the oil, it has my logo on there. Mackinac is something that I've worked with Detroit Grooming on, and it is their first ever collaboration, which is pretty cool. And then Sturgis is a beautiful leather scent. So, Ken, I know you're out there. This is a leather, amber, cardamom, and bergamot. It is the listen carefully, guys, the smoothest leather scent I have ever tried. And Sam loves leather scents, so I've used them many, many times. This is the smoothest one I have ever tried. These are coming out, you guys. You're hearing it here first. This has not been released yet. These will be coming out on February 12th. February 12th. Those two are going to come out. Dan C. Bearded is your discount code. So February 1-2, dropping these fantastic products.
And if you're not a part of the Facebook group, we can actually join the Facebook group, Commands Corner, and you can see how to get even better deals on these awesome products.
We have a group exclusive deal that will be coming out this month, so keep that in mind. And that's our first logo throwback on Sturgis. That's my face. Very cool. Very cool. I do remember that first logo, so that is awesome. But yeah, guys, the leather in there is wonderful. Wonderful. Very cool. What's up, Joshua? All right. Cool. One down there. Thank you, Aaron. I saw you were in the chat and giving some feedback. Yeah, man, be proactive and reactive, but you have a great beard. The color's beautiful on there. Love that side color, kind of transitioning into the darker color. Awesome beard.
Keep going with that mustache. You have a natural swoop. I think it could be bigger. I think it would look really good.
I agree. All right, Mike H.
I started growing out a week before November. 2 weeks ago, I went down and had a professional trim and felt a little naked when I walked out. My goals are to get about 12 inches of manliness. I just wanted some words of wisdom and anything you see that I could or should change. Add products, different products, change steps. Shower at night because I'm up at 4 a.m., sometimes earlier. So these are my steps.
Okay. Sorry, sometimes I get caught reading comments.
That's okay.
All right.
All right. So
just one page.
We'll just say okay. Whatever you're doing is pretty darn good. That's a dialed in. That's an on point beard. That's post-mex. So just kind of looking for, it seems like style, like any kind of tips we can. He wants to go further, and he felt like my dog Max does after he gets back from the groomers. He's like a little shy. He had a trim, and it felt like he had lost a lot more than he was planning on.
Yeah. Okay. So took out a little bit more than he wanted. He's going for length. So Mike, if you're going for length, you're going bigger. It does look like you have a pretty low neckline, whether it is, hey, thank you, Bahua, whether it is natural, whether it is done by the barber. I think your key is going to be leaving that neckline alone. Where you have it for your size beard right now is perfect. This is similar to the mare's length, similar neckline. That's going to be great. But over here, when you have that neckline cut off right there, it's really going to hinder your density and that support as you're growing bigger. So truly leave that neckline alone. As you start to grow out, you may have some transparency on the bottom. And my advice would just simply to trim that transparency on the bottom. Sounds like your barber experience was not exactly what you wanted. My advice would be to start learning how to trim it yourself. I feel that you could really dial in and get the easy trims, 3-day trims, learn the little specifics of it, because if you're going for size, that's really easy to trim, right? It makes it very, very simple to take off a little bit there. So yeah, and it's for some reason, not all of them, not talking to Dave right now, but barbers, here's my mindset with a lot of barbers. Barbers are paid to make a difference. They are paid to cut hairs off a human body. So I feel like some barbers, especially when it comes to beards, they want to make sure you feel like they did something, right? If I have a private swim lesson, I used to give the mayor's kids private swim lessons, literally. I want them after the lesson to feel that there was an accomplishment there. If we leave and they're like, okay, I feel like Luke is at the same spot he was before, that's not good. And I believe barbers have that same mindset sometimes. And they're like, I need him to leave and make sure I have it done correctly. No, yeah, I know, Andy, not you either. But in general, I'm right. You know that there's a lot of barbers that have that mindset. And so what they do is they take off more than what was described or asked of them.
And it's a hard thing, but if you go in and you say, hey, I know you think that I want to see hair on the floor, and say, not really what I want to do, and then maybe even have a picture what they want to do with it, it probably wouldn't hurt.
I always recommend pictures. I always recommend videos. Guys message me all the time like, Dan, I want your beard. What do I tell my barbers? I say, don't tell them, show them, right? Just show them, and that's the easiest way. So let that neckline go, my friend, and that's going to help out. But obviously, man, you're killing it. That looks like a model out of a magazine for beards and tattoos.
He's got the little gun flags.
That's
like a dialed in.
Yeah, he did
look.
7 push-ups beforehand. Yeah, gotta get the pump. Yep, so for sure. What's up, Swag?
I'm right in the same place with you, Dan, on this. And this is
I thought you were about to say you were right in the same place with him. I'm like, hey, okay.
Whatever. you go with your bad self, man. All right. I would say for the beard, I think I like the mustache. If you're going for the kind of the athletic beard, which is, I don't know if that's a style or whatever, but you're making all the right decisions. I like that you're not I think for your look, and especially if you're going with link, it looks like you might be using a medium heat. If you do heat at all, I like that thick.
Agreed.
That thick look is good.
The bald, the bearded is great with this too.
And you're gonna get, obviously get straight and get a little more length. I don't have too much to say. I think really good lines. But I like the balance of in this case. I like the mustache as it is. It looks like it's trained and brushed out well. So go on with your bad self.
Yep, and I agree, Molly. She says that's the wrong way to do it. I agree completely, but I think it is a human characteristic. When we have students, we want them to leave feeling like they accomplished more. And I know it doesn't make as much sense with barbers, but I've seen it. Think about how many people come to me after botched trims. Mm-hmm. I may be the most approached human on the planet. of people saying they had botched trims, So I see it all the time. And I think that is part of the mindset. And because trimming a beard is so different than trimming your head hair. So different. All right. Hector C.
Retired from the Army 3 months ago. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
I wanted to grow a beard, but the wife is starting to complain.
E.
When would be a good time to trim? Looking for the Viking look with a handlebar mustache.
So this is super important here. Before we see the pictures, touch on your thought process with the wife and the trim. What do you think?
I don't know if a trim's going to be the answer. I think you need to look at maybe there's a couple products you could use to soften that. If it's like the kissability or is it the look, or having an open conversation, about specifically what's going on. A lot of times it's just, if you were in the Army and you just retired, she's probably missing who's, you and that. And it's like, even with my wife, it took like a year and a half. And then she said, well, that's who you are now. That's, yep. It would be like you left if you did lose the beard in a way. So,
and this is tough. And Hector, we have a lot of great beards tonight, but Hector has a fantastic, clearly this is a wonderful beard, but he has a real fork in the road. His wife is telling him that she's not happy with it, and he wants to know when he should trim. Obviously, this is like, whoa, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, golly, we have some great beards watching this channel. The color, he's got some Rob Acker-like color going on right now. The look, the mustache, it is all great. But this is not a flex. This is not somebody showing off. He is coming to us saying, my wife is not happy with it, but what should I do? Man, oh man, when can I trim? So we got two ends. The mayor's saying, let's try to work it out. Let's try to get her going and see where we're at. Let's say that's not an option. For some people, it's just not.
Right.
Their wife and her happiness is more important than their beard.
And before I hand it over to you.
Yep.
I want to add one more thing. People, our spouses, they get used to our changes slowly. So maybe the beard's out of play, but the beard, we might give up the beard to save the beard in a way, and keep it trim or whatever we're going for. And then slowly she gets used to it. That's what's kind of happened with me, is that like slowly I get used to it. So I know my wife is the same way. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't, I know I was going to say one thing, your perception of your beard, and your comfort with it doesn't always grow as fast as your beard grows. Oh, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, your wife the best. I think it's going to be all how you sell it. There's no trim that I could recommend for this beard. There's nothing right now. You would be losing out on so much. You got two ways to approach it. One, you can pitch the beard and get her on board with it. What that does, as I said in my video, is that gives you that commitment. That gives you a talking point. That gives you something to say, you know what, babe? It is not February 2nd, 2022 yet. Please let me go until then. But a year for some wives is going to be out of the picture. You're going to have too many problems before that. The other way would be something more short-term. Give me to the summer. If you're still not happy with the summer, then I'll make the big adjustment and we'll go from there and maybe kind of report back. One of the biggest things that I always recommend is what Jason's saying here is get her personally invested. Let her pick out scents. Maybe when you buy the products, buy products that she can use. Detroit Grooming has things like shampoo and conditioner. They have things like lip gloss, or not lip gloss, chapstick. I don't wear stuff on my lips, so it's all lip gloss to me. But they have chapstick. So somehow get her personally invested, because your beard is way too, this is almost like a unanimous beard that everybody would love to have. There's not very many people out there be like, I'd go for a different style. Pretty much everybody, myself included, would be like, yep, I'll take that. That looks amazing. So that would be my advice. I don't even dare giving you trim advice with that beard, because, man, it would hurt my soul. It would really, really hurt my soul. So, yeah.
And one last thing to add is, a lot of times it's not the beard, it's that you're making a change.
Yeah.
And you have to have that conversation and say, I was in the Army for all these years, and this isn't like I want to go a different direction with my life. It has nothing to do with you.
It's a freedom.
It is a freedom thing. It is something I'm trying out. It isn't like I'm trying to move, our relationship, is so steady that I feel like I could do this. It's not that I want to move, and being open and honest in those conversations. I know it seems a little silly, but it's real. Like maybe that, that point of I'm not trying to change who I am. I'm just trying something different, kind of celebrating. It's nothing to do with you, dear.
Yep. And something that I don't think you dug into enough, you said associated with something else. Yours was like this health journey, right? You're going to get healthier. That was going with your beard. If you're out of the military, you have a new lifestyle. Maybe this is your way of having self-care and keeping that lifestyle. So, yeah, I agree. An 8-inch beard would be awesome. Scuba trim the side, Dan? No. That I would – you do not come anywhere near this beard with a scuba trim. Keep that far away. So, yeah. So Allison says, try to find a compromise. If one of you gets your way, it may plant a seed. That's very true. And, yeah, maybe if there's something that she's always wanted to go for but kind of hesitated on, maybe she wants to buzz her hair, right? Like G.I. Jane and go for that look. Who knows? Who was Demi Moore? Demi Moore pulled it off. So, yeah, man, fantastic beard. Normally, I would have said, hey, we got no advice for you, but I thought the wife point was really important and something for us to cover. So, yeah, very, very good.
Yeah, that's a great – you're going to give something on the other end. But that's what a marriage is it's not just a negotiation, but it is. Maybe she's not getting exactly what she wants in this case.
Yeah, some say a hostage situation, but hey, I'm not going to go that far.
Whoa. Although with that beard, you might get it some. It might have some. So your beard was so good that it might have it. Like there might be some laws protecting it.
True.
But I'm no lawyer. This is Ben. The pics I sent were on a break after work and wearing a mask for 3+ hours and a quick comb through. I've been growing my beard pretty long and need some general advice as to if I should let it keep growing naturally, then start to trim and maintain it more. As in I let it get pretty much to desired length.
Okay.
As in let it get to pretty much desired length.
All right. So, and again, this is after wearing a mask, but you kind of get an idea here. And we can only go by what they send, of course. All right. So, Mayor, take a look there. I think we have a couple. Nope. Later on. All right. So start it off. Give your thoughts.
All right. So I think you have just, obviously it's totally the mask. I can't tell, I think it's a little bit of the squint test where I can see that line of demarcation. Got it in again. On the cheek and chin, you have
100%.
Some thin spots, even if it's, pushed out from the mask a little bit, but there could be cleaning that up would do a lot. I like your color in the front. I think it's a pretty big beard just squished together from the mask. Believe me, I know that. Mustache is great. I'd like to, I see it. It's thick. You probably could train that and get that going better. But like, I don't, I think there's just on the neck line right there, there's maybe a little bit of room for some just touch-ups as it's growing out.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, if you enjoy this, if you enjoy helping people, if you enjoy the camaraderie of the chat, please drop a like on the video. That does make a big difference for what we are doing here. It just takes a second. It is free. I try to help you guys out as much as possible. Like Scott said, that you saved me $60. Thank you for using the code, Scott. I take that very seriously. You know that if I give a recommendation and a code, I'm going to hear from you. So thank you. I do appreciate that. I do love this. Molly says his hair color is dope. Seriously cool color. Very, very cool color on the hair. Now, into the beard here. I agree. This is the squint test extraordinaire. I feel like we need a little bit of a cleanup here, AJT. And it's hard to see, right? It's hard to see, but because of the way that the mask and everything has impacted it. But I do believe that we need a trim, and this is pretty simple. We're going to go right here. You're going to go to a much shorter beard for a little while for a couple of reasons. One, at first, it's going to be easier with the mask. That's going to help you out. It's just simply going to be safer and easier. Two, I do think we need a little bit of a chance to let that meat of the beard catch up. Now, if you style it, it's probably going to do a little bit more to kind of blend in and make it look a little bit more balanced. But I think you're going to have a really sharp look by going right here. You're just going to make that little angle on the side. The chin might only need a little bit off, but your sides definitely grow longer than your chin. So I'm going to do that little line right there. Leave the mustache alone. Maybe just kind of cup the chin a little bit. But I would definitely, our advice here would be to clean up the sides.
And with that dark beard, like you have an excellent under the bottom lip, like cover. Like you've done very well with that as far as leaving alone the hair, you know, the under the chin hair that we all mess with or whatever. Yeah, you've got a really good coverage there too.
Yeah,
I think that would straighten up,
highlight it
beautifully.
Yep, absolutely. Cool.
And you know, the salt would pop out, and it looks good with the hair. You know, it could be a good look.
I agree. Nice little cleanup there. Okay.
This is Brian. Brian says, I've been growing for about 4-ish years now without trimming since COVID. Just recently became serious about being a beardsman. Welcome.
I was just going to say welcome.
Looking for a good recommendation for neckline for thickness as it grows longer.
Okay, so looking for a good recommendation for neckline. That's his key here. That's what he's looking for. And Brian is here. Brian is here. Welcome, Brian. All right, let's take a look at the beard here. Okay, is this another one? Yeah, as we go, I get more pictures. I don't know why the beginning ones. All right, so again, guys, wonderful beard. Again, he's been growing about 4 years-ish, but he's just now taking it serious, and he's looking for thickness and neckline as it grows. So great beard here. Neckline answer is super simple, Brian. Do not touch your neckline whatsoever. Leave your neckline alone. Yours should be completely natural. You should be letting your chest hairs braid up to that neckline and completely go. Now, it seems like, again, this is your first time really taking care of your beard and taking it seriously. I would bet, and it's hard to see because there's a shadow here, but I would bet that there is a little bit of damage down at the bottom, those long soldiers, those old soldiers, whatever you want to call them. And so I would do a little maintenance trim. And the reason why I say that is it's going to make it look even more full. It's hard to tell here, but there is a fork down here where you have in the beard. And then you got a lot of transparency right here. This is going to be very, very simple. And this is exactly what Molly's saying right here. I would trim about 2 to 3 inches and go right here. All right. Right here. Ready? And you can see it on this one as well. Imagine how thick and how dense that beard is going to be when you have it up right here. And all that's going to do is give you a nice crisp end. It's going to get rid of any split ends, any damage, any thin ends. I do have a video on that too, guys. If you look up beard ends thinning or thin beard ends, it's going to do a whole lot to be able to help you out there. But I would right here, look at this line. It's going to be super, super simple. And you did say about fullness. So we want to make sure that we're there. Is okay, and he is normally bald. So, but I agree that bald and bearded. A little trim would make his beard look so much fuller. I agree entirely. Right here is your line. It's super simple, squint test. It passes all here. Ready? And give it a little loop. Notice how when you see my beard, I don't have like a crazy straight one, but I also don't have like a triangle or anything. I'm going to go start right here. You're going to get it off of that logo, any writing you have right down there. And it's going to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. So here's a great question. I'll take this and then kick it to you. Can you explain fork and beard and what it is and why? Yeah, Daniel. I actually have a video on that, guys. If you want to check it out after the stream, just look up beard fork or forked beard, and you should find my video. And what I would say, the forked beard is when the beard, instead of being like nice and flat, it starts to split down towards the end. Some people, it happens at 2 inches. Some people 6 inches. Some people not until 10 or 12 inches. Usually the reason, there's only 2 main reasons. One is you have a different growth pattern around your Adam's apple. So once it starts to curve around your Adam's apple, you no longer have that backing, and so it starts to split. The other is when your chin hairs stop growing. Oftentimes when they're up here, they'll stop, and then the rest of the hairs will keep growing around it. And it just causes that fork. So to summarize, it's a discrepancy in growth. You don't have even growth amongst your face. So he definitely does have a little bit of fork there. I do. Lots of guys do. It's all about how you work with it.
So I completely agree. I want to add to your suggestion for the cleanup trim, maintenance trim, is always remember, guys, we're not saying that you can't have a longer beard than you want. What we're acknowledging is the fact that different hair in your beard is going to grow at different rates. And sometimes we need to clean it up. and let the other guys catch up a little bit to the party. And next time you do a maintenance trim, it's going to be a little bit lower and a little bit lower. And you know where I'm going with this. I question, and sometimes for the bigger beard guys, I hope you guys don't mind. I kind of like way off of Dan and his suggestions too. But when we look at the front profile, would you suggest bringing down the fade into the beard a little bit more? He's got a little bit, and that's going to be personal preference, but I was kind of looking at yours. And I was thinking it could be slightly. It looks like a little poofy, but I don't know if that doesn't bother you.
Yeah,
that's okay too.
That's a great point to point out. The widest portion of your beard is right on your side, right? If we were to draw a line down, when you look at mine, the widest portion of my beard is down here. I would address this not with a trim, though. I would not touch this side of your beard with a trim. I would not fade it. I would not blend it. I would start to style the beard. The way I get this beard going out like this is for my styling. So doing this, literally the blowout beard video would help if you're into using heat. If you're not into using heat, then I would go for the trim. But if you start using heat and you start combing the beard out, dude, that beard's going to get voluptuous. That beard is going to look absolutely amazing. Okay. So he says puffy because the last neck trim I had. Okay. So it sounds like he had a bad experience the last time with a barber. I would style it different. I would also get, if you don't mind, I would get a little bit of heat on that mustache and get it going out to the side. I've been really messing with my mustache out to the side lately, and I've never been more happy with how my mustache has been looking. Not so much tonight because I took a shower and I didn't have heat, but I've been looking back at some of my older videos, and my mustache was big. It was wild. And the reason why is because I was in that competition mindset. You remember I was growing my beard out as big as I could to win a world championship. And then COVID hit, that all kind of got scrapped. So I took a different detour around it. But if you go back and look at like
stop by a mullet on the way.
Yeah, right. I did stop by a mullet on the way. If you go look up my like eating with a mustache video, I watched it today. My mustache was massive, dude. It had its own area code. It was, guys, after the stream, go watch my mustache eating video. It was huge. I legit would have competed and done well in any beard competition. I don't care who was there. But I'm out of that mindset right now. And for you, I would get a little bit of heat going out here, trim down here, and then style the sides with some more heat. And man, you have to like just now get serious about your beard. You saw the comments. We don't have to tell you. You have a base that most guys would kill for, would absolutely kill for. So yeah, just consider those things. I do think that the tips we gave tonight could make a huge difference in the health and the appearance of your beard.
People have Josh's question real quick. Josh is just asking any tips for like beard acne under the beard. I have that flash up occasionally. One thing Dan's going to say, or I'm going to say is, be mindful of the amount of oil you're using.
That's number one.
And if you dial it back and it's still a problem, then it could just be that the carrier blend for whatever brand or company that isn't for you. And you want to go check out Dan's video on the comedogenic scale about how things react with your skin. I watched that and it made a big difference. My understanding that some carrier oils are going to clog your pores more and cause acne. So get to know your brands, pay attention to that and what carrier blend works for you and what doesn't. And some of them that I kind of said, hey, this one's making my skin break out. I just used half as much and it kind of fixed it right there.
Yep. So it is, there's three, let's break it down to the basics of it. You get acne because your pores are clogged. That's it. That's how acne is formed. Now there's several things that can happen. One, on the rest of your body, it's usually because of an overproduction of sebum. Our beard, that's almost never the case, right? Video drop today. Almost never the case. There's a couple of reasons why guys get pimples under their beard. The number one reason is guys using too much product, exactly like the mayor said. That's going to clog the pores on its own. The number two problem is exactly like the mayor said, is using oils that are not good for your pores. One of them is, somebody said in here, is coconut oil. Normal coconut oil is a 4 or 5 on the comedogenic scale. That's very risky. Now, will it clog everyone's pores? No, but you have more of a chance of it clogging. However, fractionated coconut oil or MCT oil or other versions where they've removed those long chain fatty acids that really get in and clog the pores, those are a 1 or a 2. Fractionated coconut oil is fantastic for your skin.
It's a fraction of the number.
Oh, there we go. Literally. So that's one. And then let me hit you with the third one. Too much product, not using oils that work for your skin. The very last one would be having too much dead skin cells building up in those pores. And essentially what happens is you're producing sebum, even when it's less, right? But you're producing sebum. If you can have a pimple, you have sebum that's coming underneath. When you get layers of dead skin that are building up under there, the sebum is being produced and it gets jammed up. And then what happens is it's still going to produce it, and that's going to push, and that's when you get that pimple forming, that irritation. When that I gotta make a video on this. When the dead skin cells pack up and the sebum's pushing it, there's actually a type of bacteria that only forms in that situation. Only when there's too much sebum and dead skin cells. Let that sink in for a second. And once that certain type of bacteria builds up there, that's when you get pimples. So what do you need to do? Exfoliate, AKA rake the skin. Just go in and get a comb, rake it. If you're in the shower, you can use a shower brush or a shower comb and really get into the skin, get into the pores. And that's why it's so important, guys. When you wash your beard, dig into the pores and get that out. And do not massage conditioner into your skin. One more time. Ladies, fellas, head hair, beard, doesn't matter. Do not massage conditioner into your skin. That will cause acne. Boom. Boom.
Thank you, Doug, for the comedogenic scale.
Thank you, Doug.
You guys all join me. I'm not going to go into it, but Doug has literally had so many things going on in his world that I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm like, wow. I have no, and I have a lot of words, but sometimes show that love a little bit for our moderator, Doug, who's,
killing it,
keeping on trucking and keeping his head held high. We love you, man.
Killing it. What one Kilo Mike you can use? So I love the Chicago Combs #8, but that's not the greatest at exfoliating because the teeth are too far apart. I like a straight up traditional oxhorn comb. When I'm going to get in and exfoliate, I use an oxhorn comb. That would be my one. So yes, man, I really do appreciate that. Any recommendations on lathering washes? I love Detroit Grooming has a great wash. Artiest Man has a great wash. But my favorite wash would be that lathers is LCW from Beard Octane or the Daily Wash from Chesapeake. Both of those do a great job. And then also let me throw in Whiskey and Hardtack.
Invigorating.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. It's a sudsy.
Yep.
You want to talk lather? That's lather.
Yeah. Wow. Artiest Man, thank you guys so much. Best stream on YouTube. I think it's one of the best kept secrets that's out there. I think that once more people see this and see how we're helping and see how we come together as a community and the vibes, I think it's going to continue to help out a lot of people. And you have been a big part of it. We will say too, we want to put this out there and show appreciation. Artiest Man has done giveaways on 2 of our Beard Advice live streams. And those are instantly our 2 biggest streams.
So I think we should hang out with these guys more.
Yes,
I agree. Plan some stuff in the future with these guys.
Yep, RDS, you have an open invitation, but literally, and I want to say that to give you credit. You draw people in. I'm sure you were on the lines getting people over. But our 2 biggest Beard Advice live streams of all time, both featured RDS Man, and it's not even close. They're the 2 biggest by far. So that's pretty cool. Our last week was our biggest show in channel history for a Wednesday. So pretty cool.
I was thinking it's because I was winking more during those shows, but I did the numbers and no, it turns out to be the company. Not so much the mayor's.
Yep. Wink. So thank you.
At least I can.
Thank you so much.
Last thing, you realize and Brian, it doesn't look like Brian's here tonight, but we recommend
Brian's here.
Oh,
yeah.
The beard blowout to another Brian C.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's our second Brian C. The blowout video is going to make a difference for.
Yeah, no, Brian's been his
all right.
His name was in green. I showed it once or twice, but yeah. So awesome beard, but I'm very proud of this one, Brian, because he said here. I'm very proud of this one, Brian, because I do think this could really, really, really help your beard to the point it already is a top level beard, but to the point where people are going to be like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like you're going to have that upper echelon beard as far as health, styling, and everything behind it. So, hey, thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Sam C made it up and surprised both of us. So it was pretty cool. And there is a couple things, like if you look on his shirt, like so normally they're in one color. It's a little hard to see here. Oh, hey, let me show. But it has the live in red, which adds that little splash to it. Mine does too. Hard to see over here, but yeah, it's got the little live in red.
Pull it out tight so my pecs aren't like impacting the image.
Yeah.
my upper body. Pop.
Clark has another great one. 7
break.
Potions. We both really enjoy their wash too. That one lathers in a great way as well. So yes. All right, cool. Yeah, thank you, Brian, for sending in. That was a very, very fun one. I love ones that are great canvases, but we still have value to offer rather than just saying, hey, man, let's go through and say this is great. Yeah, thank you, Eric. Yeah, if you guys go back and look at that one video of eating with a mustache, man, it was wild, absolutely wild how big. I was caught off guard, but it's fun. You guys get to see my journey. No,
Isn't it nice when your beard surprises you?
Yeah,
like you surprise yourself. All right, This is from Jim. Jim says my beard grows out and gets rounded. Being gray at 63 years, it's hard to get it to lay down. Hard to trim too. Not very good at it.
Okay.
Would it be better if I grow longer? Any help would be great.
Love it. So he's getting round. Sounds like he doesn't like that. Hard to lay down. He's not good at trimming. Is growing it out the answer? Let's take a look. Awesome. So yeah, right off the bat, it is round. I mean, this is a straight up round beard. That's how you would describe this beard here. Epic side profile. Jim, your side profile looks very, very similar to mine. Very similar to mine here. All right. So he is saying, I want it to lay down. I don't want that bushiness. I don't want it going out anymore. It's hard to trim. What is your advice? And I'm going to sneak in on this one because I'm going to give advice that I've never given before, Jim. I've never given this advice on a channel. I believe that you should go to a barber. I believe that you should establish a relationship with a barber just simply to work with them, to communicate your exact goals, your exact needs, because your base is unbelievable, man. This is a wonderful beard. But I do believe that a barber could clean up little areas that would be tough for you, but they could do a lot of great. Now, let me highlight a couple of areas that I would point out to a barber. And if you want me to like draw on pictures and send them to you, I could happily do that. And I agree. You could go in any direction. We could say leave it alone right now and go big with the round beard, and you would win beard competitions legitimately because of the color, because of the density, because of the girth. It is a great beard. So I would go to a barber because I think there are things that you can trim up, like right here along the ears. I would go along the ears with a nice little trim. Okay. And here's Jim right here. All right. He says, I do. She's been trimming the beard for years. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, Jim. All right. So what I would tell her is I would clean up this side a little bit here. I see how it's going over the ears. I would clean that up. Boom. And maybe just take a little, see where this line would be right here? A little line right. Oh, man, I can see it right now. Jim, pay attention, man. This is big. It just all came together for me.
You need to take your phone in and show her this clip from
the
show.
And Jim, if you want me to, I will mark this up. Send me a message afterwards. I would be happy to put a line there. But look at right here. See how this is kind of a little outlier over here? And we connect it to this clean line going down the ears. Leave this alone. Do not touch any of this beard at all. But right here. Oh my gosh. I can see it right now. Yes, the jawline would be really developed, really, really strong. That's your line. Oh my, like literally put your hand, put your hand there. You guys, everyone on the stream right now, put your hand over this portion here and see that beard. Oh my goodness gracious, Jim. That is the move. Same thing right here. Oh my gosh. That is going to look so good. You have options on your cheek line. You got options on your mustache. And that's just going to come down to what you want. If it was me, you got that little dark hairs right there. I would clean those up. And I'm usually not ever telling people to clean up their cheek line. But I would clean those up since you're going to a barber. They're going to be able to do it really, really well. Just a little right there. And then I can't tell if you've been trimming the mustache or styling the mustache, but you have some options on the mustache. Lance says to bring the cheek line down. I agree. I would go down with this little black part of the cheek line just a little bit, just to even out where the beard is at. And man, that is going to be a Jim. And Jim, we need those after pictures. please, just like this, side view with the before and the after.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a killer beard.
Can you switch me to the front?
Yes.
All right, I have two little things that are just going to add on, nothing shocking or new from what Dan said. The first thing is, I feel like the hair, like the haircut is gonna, if you could, it's kind of complete. It's like making the roundness of the beard pop more. When you have like that continual like straight on roundness, it kind of like
almost like an old school philosopher. Too, you know, it's
like Descartes or
it's your Socrates. Yeah, exactly.
So that's a part of it. Is you know, that would clean it up if you can. You don't have to get rid of all the hair on the side. However you style is how you style it. But be conscious and aware that that's kind of like completing the circle, and then bring that.
You could go big on the haircut if you really wanted to switch stuff up. People are saying a low fade haircut. You could shock some people, man. But it depends on your style, like they're saying.
And then the other thing is throw out there, rather than maybe going to the clipper cut on the cheeks, just use the beard oil. I just use beard oil. I don't use it very much, and I like to have a natural like cheek line. But use beard oil so you can see through it. One and done on a disposable razor to bring down those darker hairs. I always recommend beard oil for a cheek trim up because you can see what you're doing. You don't have the puffiness of a foaming or a lather, and you know you're not gonna mess up too much on that.
Yeah.
That's something you can try on your own. Again, going back to the comedogenic scale is use an oil that you're it's like is not going to react too much with your skin. It's your go-to.
You're opening it up. Yep. You're breaking the surface of the skin. But the big thing is and I use that razor and I'm done with it because I don't trim my cheeks very much, and because I don't want the bacteria to grow up on the razor and all that. Yeah. And I'm purposely not trying to overwhelm you here, but I think you have potential to have just a Hall of Fame beard. Of course, it's on a lot of our minds. Good option for bald and bearded. I don't want to say I'm like a squawking pear, but good option for bald and bearded. You really could. You really could have that option. But like I said, I don't want to give you too much. For me, all of those, I agree 100%. But that side beard trim right here is that priority. That I can literally see it right now, and that beard is just amazing. So, Jim, if you do go with any of these advice or all of these advice, please send us the after pictures, but in the same email, send the before. This would be like something we could stake our show on. Do you feel like I feel like, and I don't know much. I admittedly don't know much about it, but your beard is so unique and cool that it could be a competition. Oh, he would win competitions. Yeah. Yes. Just with a few tweaks or maybe even not. I don't know. There's natural, beard competitions as well. So, yeah. But we have not seen one like your beard on the show. The person that comes to mind for me, and they were not on the show. I don't know if Liam's watching right now, but Liam has a very similar beard, and he literally just won a beard competition. So, Liam, if he comments, you guys will kind of see there. Liam has same kind of style, same color of the beard, same kind of density to it. I mean, look at that underbeard there. So, yeah, man, Jim, we're excited to hear. If you have some thoughts, please drop it in a comment, and we can kind of see what you're thinking here. Because just that side trim right there, man. And this is when we tell people, if you want the best beard possible, is grow past your goal and then come back to it. Grow past your goal and come back to it. You're the epitome of that. You grew past it over here. This is a little overgrown. But when you dial this in, it's like I really can hear the music. How cool is this? Will do. I'm getting an appointment tomorrow. Yes. Jim, man, if you need pictures, send me a message. I'll mark it up for you. Or literally just take your phone and show this. We just talked about it. It'll be up. It'll be up on YouTube. Yep, absolutely. I don't know if that'll be too long for a barber to sit through, but it depends on how you tip. True. There's a lot of things in life like that. That is true. So, Jim, man, that's a tough one to follow. And everybody, I hope you're seeing. We need to see after pictures. We need to see after pictures because that is awesome. And if Liam's not in here, make sure you guys message Liam and be like, hey, man, Dan gave you a shout out. You weren't in there. All right, Adam D. This is Adam. I'm 29, and this is my 2.5 month beard right now, unstyled.
Just happened to put in balm before I saw you were live. Normally, I only rock a short stubble. Main issues are related to a trim about 2 weeks ago, way too short under my chin, and was trimming my cheek way too low. Now it's growing back. The under chin isn't giving any support right now, making the chin hair curl under and the sides wave extra wicked. Picture looks sparse, but it generally grows decently under there. My question is, would you recommend a trim to let the hairs catch up with each other in length, or hide it, or just try to hide it with styling? Second question: I have sparse beard growth on the sides of my soul patch, and the hairs are so blonde white that they look non-existent. Any tricks or styling to hide that? Haven't come up with a goal. I like Carlos Costa's beard, but I'm also realistic. Just trying to do the best beard possible.
Okay. So Carlos Beard, do you know who he is? Beard brand guy.
Okay.
He has a shorter, he has the neck tattoos and everything. He's got a shorter business beard, usually wraps to the face, similar to yours, maybe a little bit more full all around, but still wrapping. So like less fade. Maybe. Yep. Exactly. All right.
First of all, by the way, guys, the picture that you like hate of your beard is the one that we want to see, because it illustrates, even though it stinks, it illustrates the problem most that you can.
Yep.
All right. So we've got all right.
Take a look there, and let's take a look. I think we got another one for him. Awesome. Love the hat, glasses. Your style is killing it, man. Absolutely killing it. And so again, his main question was, do you think you should trim, let the hairs catch up, which we talk about often, and then also that soul patch area that you're talking about a lot. Go ahead, hit it, man.
So first of all, for the soul patch area, I think, I can see it's light hair color. I would just continue. You're young. I feel like
it looks awesome.
Yeah, I think we've seen so much different, that are struggling. I say keep it. I say continue to let it grow in length.
Yep.
And let that kind of be your guide for the rest of it. I believe in the beginning you said you were mostly stubble. It's gone a little longer. For me, for the shorter beard style, I think your mustache is right there. If you might want to touch it up on the lips. I feel like with a shorter beard, the mustache, could be like, it looks good a little bit shorter. I don't know, but then you have beard stashes that look great too. So that, that could be potential too. I don't want to limit that, but you definitely do have like the lighter hair color. I truly feel like that's just age and time, and you just have to, kind of rock what you got. I think you've got your longer, like right off the chin edge right there hanging down. And I feel like over time that too will, kind of push up. Like I have light blonde hairs up here. I feel like, I don't know. If I had grown a beard at your age, maybe you're about exactly where I would have been. As far as styling, it looks great. You can tell you're taking care of it. It looks healthy. There's a great beard there,
dude. I'm gonna jump in. Don't touch it. And usually when we get specific problems like that, this part catching up, almost always we're gonna say like trim to let it catch up. Bald and Beautiful says movie star look. I agree, dude. This is a look, man. You genuinely look like a celebrity. Like, I don't even know the best way to say that. But it fits your face, as Justin said. I agree. I don't even know if I would recommend growing it out longer. I would love to see you maintain this. And then as you get older, like the mayor was saying, let it just kind of fill in a little bit more on the cheeks and the soul patch. But right here, dude, that's not a problem at all. That beard is awesome. We call that style. That is something that it looks purposeful. It looks awesome. Dude, I genuinely love this beard.
I see Matthew McConaughey on the profile picture.
Okay, yeah, he's way more full than Matthew McConaughey, though. Matthew McConaughey's beard is literally nowhere near this one. His beard's sparse and kind of like curly and stuff. He almost gets made fun of for his beard.
No.
So, he does. He's like the talk of like bad celeb beards.
But then he drives away in his.
He doesn't care. Listen one bit.
No, he doesn't. He probably shakes it off.
Right. No, dude. Adam. I haven't seen Adam in there yet, so I don't know if you're here, but you have such an awesome beard, man. The style looks really, really great. As everybody says in here, man, looks good. And I wanted to highlight this one because because there's tons of them out there, tons of Oxford. If you send me a message, I'll give you some advice. But there's a lot of guys that would clearly he's thinking, all right, there's something wrong here, there's something wrong there, and we have no problem giving advice. Don't touch it. This beard looks awesome. If you want to keep growing and see where it goes from there, cool. We can make some adjustments down the road. But right now, there is no trim required. There's no changing style no changing style required. We're not going to tell you to use the heated brush. Just do what you're doing, man. That looks awesome. The mayor's right. Your mustache is at a tipping point. You either want to trim or style.
And I think style. Even though I said
it's got something
earlier,
there. Yeah.
Like, that. At least give it a shot and see how you like that look.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mike, thank you for everything. Take care, you guys. Facebook group, we have exclusive deals for Detroit grooming this month that you don't want to miss. Commands Corner, link is in the description, or if you just search Commands Corner on Facebook, you will find that. All right, so thank you, Mike. February 12th, we got those new ones coming out. But, dude, Adam, I haven't seen him in here unless it's under another name and I just missed it. We try to keep up. But, man, thank you for sending in great beard style. Truly great beard style. All right.
55 years old, never tried before, always clean shaven.
Charles.
You made it 14 more years than me before I started. I want to grow a beard. Based on what you see now after 1 month, do I have a shot?
1 month. And real quick, a body says, is it fine to massage co-wash into the skin? No. Co-wash is conditioner. There's no such thing as a co-wash that is not a conditioner in the beard world. So no, do not massage co-wash into the skin. All right. Here we go. So 1 month.
1 month.
Keep that in mind.
That's a great mustache for a month.
Yep.
I mean, you're starting with gray.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a thin, kind of slow start to things. Tell me if I'm, I because gray, it's just like a white t-shirt. You're gonna, it's gonna pop. I think you start with you definitely have a goatee if you want it, right? I think you go from there and see what happens. But definitely you're gonna get enough length in the chin. You gotta just make sure you don't resist you do resist the temptation to trim under the lip and let that go. And there might, we don't have a ton of information with the one picture, but there may be a goatee in the future or a chin strap possibly, or
I'm just waiting for somebody to say it because I know it's going to come out.
Or Van Dyke.
A Van Dyke is what you're going to eventually
Your
go
mouth
for.
shape is, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yep.
I feel like.
Yep. So truly right now, just let it go. That growth on the soul patch on the mustache is fantastic. We can see it coming in the chin down here and then even down on the bottom a little bit. That right now, again, don't touch anything, but start looking at pictures, Charles, of Van Dykes. I know that is what you're going to go to. It's going to be strong. It's going to be great gray, which it like pops and brings everybody's attention right there. Hey, Ryan, what's up, Mr. Cheesehead? As Funk Daddy says, is leave it for at least 3 months. Let's see what you got. My friend, if you can come back to us, we're in what? February, March. Come back to us in April, maybe the end of April, beginning of May. And that's going to give us a really, really good shot. And look what everybody's saying, man. Just keep it going. There is potential. Biotin, supplements, and water. I agree with Clark. If your body's healthy, if you're doing all the right things, it's really going to help out. So awesome. I just got invigoration from Artius, and that's what I would recommend. If you guys are going for growth, let me say this real clearly. If you're in the early stages and you're trying to promote growth, you need a thinner oil. The thicker oils are not going to do as good of a job of absorbing. Castor has great growth potential, but if it doesn't have something to get it to those second layers of skin and deeper, it's not going to be as effective. You want something with a nice, well-balanced blend.
He just got his, Never
Yep,
mind.
yep.
I'm slow.
So things like
I'm
that.
that's perfect. You were just talking about.
Yes. So undergrowth is getting thicker too. Awesome. I can see the future on this one. You are going to go to a Van Dyke, and it's going to look absolutely awesome. So you keep that in mind. And, of course, make sure you're brushing. Make sure you're combing. I do have a video on that as well where it is promoting blood flow to the surface, which then, in return, is bringing more nutrients to the hairs, which helps out the growth. So, yeah, black seed oil could be one of your best options. Take a look at Bahawat. They will have that for you. That's going to be really, really good stuff.
You were talking about doing just a question stream.
Yep.
I think we need to plan a Where Are They Now for the Beard Advice
Ooh,
Live.
I like that. Like a reunion show.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I had people that send in. If you've been on the show and you feel like you've made some cool progress, we will want those updates, but we have to have before pictures with it. I've had guys send in post pictures and it had been like 4 or 5 months, and all we see is a great beard.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have the same effect unless you have the before. So I like that idea. I think maybe let's do this after the month of February, because we have the contest going on. Maybe in March, mid-March, we do a Where Are They Now show.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
that'd be cool.
Think about that.
You guys like to see that?
Yeah. Fish and France. Fish and France.
Sorry.
Babe, how do I look tonight? Great. But we do need the before pictures with the after pictures too. So that's a great call. I like the idea of that show, and everybody brings a drink that night, and we go through maybe a cider instead of Mountain Dew. I will say I appreciate the pop stuff, but I will never have real sugar Mountain Dew again.
It's not good.
It's not as good at all.
It's not. I mean,
it tastes like flat almost.
I feel like we got a little bit robbed of our Mountain Dew this week.
Yeah. Yep. It didn't have the same hit.
Flat. That's right.
Yep. And it wasn't. I mean, it was sealed. Yeah. It just, that's probably the zip that I was talking about. So it tasted flat. So, well, it is what it is. Live and learn. It isn't the same Dew. Nope, it's not. It's that real sugar Dew.
This is Casey. Casey says I have a very soft, fine beard that I love, and I'm about 7 months in. Just want your honest opinion and advice on how to fix the waves on the sides, and it seems thinner on the sides than anywhere else.
Okay. And Charles says, thanks, everyone. I was nervous posting this. Dude, I love that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being vulnerable. We know it's not easy to do. We know there's guys out there that are like, oh, I want to, but I don't want everybody looking at my beard. That's fine. I also had somebody ask me if they could send in and blur out their eyes. Yes, we don't care. Whatever works for you. We just got to see that beard, baby. Let's see that facial hair. Okay.
So fine beard, he loves it. Very soft. Just
waves
on the sides, thinner on the sides than anywhere else.
Okay.
Kind of a general request in other ways.
Okay. All right. Butterfly kisses at the midnight. I don't know the words, but something.
See, I don't need one of those because I'd take baths.
True.
No shower. Well, only my special bathtub.
I think was I talking about you on Monday?
You were.
Yeah, I thought so.
Went down the hill.
Well, Sam was over there and was like laughing, so she was like egging me on. So
she was involved.
Yeah, co-conspirator there. Okay, so waves on the side, dude. Full beard, dense. This is wild right here, my friend Casey. That's a killer underbeard right there. But definitely, you got some waves. I mean, it is what it is. We can leave it. A lot of guys in the chat are going to say, great beard, awesome beard, looks great. Or we can address those waves.
What's a song with heat in it? Because I was trying to think, like, what's the heat?
It's getting hot in here. Okay, it's take off all your waves.
It's mist, heated brush. If there was ever, I mean, my sides would look like that.
Yeah.
If I let it go, I had those same little waves. The longer I don't touch it, but like, yeah, it's just gonna be a matte. I think heat and a little bit of water first is gonna hit those and bring them down.
Heat
and I wouldn't,
plus tension.
And I wouldn't. You're unique because I love the way your beard looks everywhere else. So
agreed.
I wouldn't use heat anywhere but on the sides where it's bothering you.
So let me tell you what I've been doing for about the last 2 weeks. I told you guys I've been loving how my mustache looks. I've been doing my normal heat routine, getting dressed, plugging in my heated brush, and then once I'm dressed, I only use heat on my sideburns and on my mustache. That is it. Everywhere else is my normal routine, but on the sides, I am there using heat just because I have those same waves. I have them a little bit right now because I didn't use heat after my second shower today. I got home from school, just felt, so I took a shower. But I would advise that, like the mayor said, keep doing everything that you're doing, but let's add in a heated brush to the side. And what you want to do is push it to your face. Use your face as a backboard. Use your face as like an ironing board. Bring it this way. I go here. I go opposite, and then I go down. There, opposite, and then down. Awesome. Casey's in here. Thanks for being in here, Casey. So, yeah, and you don't even have to do anything, right? A lot of people would say, man, ride those waves. Those look awesome. But you brought it up. I would address it. The mayor would probably address it and keep going from there. So, yeah, I agree. Awesome beard, man.
The butterflies made me think of a quick little story.
Uh-oh.
I actually gave one of my kids nightmares because I told them there was such a thing as a butterfly snake. So it was like a snake in the middle with butterfly wings, and I said, be careful when a butterfly comes around because that's how they operate is they look like a butterfly till they get close, and then they're like, and that would be terrifying, wouldn't it? Like
you took one of the like
most beautiful,
cutest, one of the most like memorable like garden animals out there and turned it into a fear.
They don't like them. Man, I think they still.
I had an ex-girlfriend that thought meatballs grew on trees. Legitimately, nice. She was a very good athlete. Went to D1 college for volleyball, and this was in college when this came out. And I believe somebody told her a joke when she was a kid, and it stuck. She genuinely believed you could go pick meatballs.
Maybe it's just the song on top of spaghetti because it comes from it rolls under and grows into a bush and on top of spaghetti.
I've told this story to every class every year I've taught because I broke up with her like a year or two before I started teaching, and it's a good like icebreaker. And yeah, she has legitimately, and she was of course a very beautiful, very nice human, but it was like almost the final straw. Like I couldn't do it anymore. But yeah, she believed that meatballs grew on a tree.
Yeah, every once in a while in a relationship, you hit that wall.
Yeah, when you just can't take it anymore.
Well,
so
it's just
that reminds me of
I guess we're just too different.
Butterfly snakes and meatballs on trees. Yeah, that's a good one. Maddox is super creative. Everybody says about their kid, but he came in the other day. He's like, "Dad, have you ever seen a snow snake?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, they slither on top of the snow. They're white for camouflage." And he like had this whole story in his brain about this snow snake. And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool." Yeah, that's a pretty common one. The buffalo wings come from buffaloes. Yeah, that's
why don't they fly out of the crate?
Yeah. Well, we have Domino Farms near us in Ann Arbor, and they have like all these animals and stuff there. And I always would tell people like, "Oh yeah, that's where they get their buffalo wings."
Oh, does it hurt them when they take them off?
No, it's like an emu for oil.
Oh, good.
Vegan trigger. Sorry. All right. Austin.
I'm 26. This is Austin. I am 26, and this is my attempt at my.
Nope.
Oh,
that was a good catch. I was like, I think we took it off. Austin.
This is my first attempt at my first year. I have a lighter mustache, and it's quite difficult to get it to flow outward. I would like to know what my next step should be. I currently use only a comb and oils. I'm so new to this beard care lifestyle. Last time I shaved was December 6th. My hair, December 6th. Okay, that's not, My hair likes to curl in towards my neck. Would I benefit from balm? Also wax to help train the mustache.
Okay.
Also attaches a picture of the beard I am aiming for, even if it takes longer than a year. Anything y'all have to say would be greatly appreciated.
Okay. All right. Good to hear. All right, Austin. So yeah, he said he shaved at December 6th. So this is 2 months of growth. That's awesome, man. Not even 2 months. Or wait, what's the date today? 3rd. So no, not even. Yeah. So just under 2 months. All right. Underbeard, side. Okay. So he says that his beard curls towards his neck, right? Would he benefit from balm? So the curling, I think he's talking about the wrapping to his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Austin, that's just the length of your hair right now. There's nothing that's going to get your hair to start going down, but you're getting there. You are almost there. And I think he said, did he have a goal? It must not have came through. So,
okay.
Yeah. So here, it would depend on the length that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
But keep growing, of course. The only thing that we would need to look at, depending on the goal, is that neckline.
Well, he's young, too.
Yeah, very young.
I think with young, I think I clean the neck up. You guys can see the natural point. I know you're I would clean it up to the point as you wait for this to fill in and thicken. To me, your mustache, you said it was lighter. I think it looks great. It just, needs a little more length. I don't know if you're at the wax or balm kind of phase yet. But I think you're making all the right moves with it. The mustache is really good. And I do feel like with a lighter hair color, like I swear the longer I've grown this or let it grow or just trimmed it and kind of kept it, the darker it's gotten.
Oh yeah, no doubt. The density comes with darkness. And here's Austin right here. What's up, Austin? He is relatively new to the channel, but is super active. I really appreciate it. So he says his about 3 inches off of mine. So he's going for a pretty full beard. 3 inches off of mine would be at the border of like a medium and a long beard. Well, so if that is the case, and you don't mind the journey, man, leave that neck alone. It all depends on your comfort level. There would be nothing wrong with trimming it and cleaning up the neck as it grows. But if you want the most density, the most fullness, and you don't mind the neck, then let it go. Let it keep growing, and you'll do fine. But like the whole idea of it wrapping to your face, that's just how long your hairs are. You need probably about 2 more months, and you'll be coming up on 2 or 3 months, and you'll be coming up on the mare's length.
Yeah, and you asked about the curling and all that. We don't see anything that's not a normal beard growth and style. You know, it's just when you've got when you're just starting out and you've got it first 3 months or you're in that zone, it's gonna be great. You've done from the front shot, you've done a great job leaving that under the bottom lip alone. Continue to do that and let that kind of guide you through this.
Yeah, and thank you for your service. 9 years of military. He's ready to grow. We have so many freedom beards on this channel, and I appreciate every single one of them. Hey, and we got Taylor in here for the first time. What's up, Taylor? Welcome on in. So thank you for your service, freedom beard. He said he's in the long haul. For right now, your length takes time. The hardest part is just leaving it alone. So true. It really is the hardest part.
There's going to be some weird, awkward phases. It's going to get your neck's going to feel more awkward before it feels right, for sure.
Yep.
But you just got to kind of know that.
Yep. Clay.
Right, this is Clay. I absolutely love growing a beard. Let's be clear on that. That being said, I do have a problem. I do have problem areas, mainly the underbeard at the chin. It just doesn't want to catch up and is a tad on the thin side. Another area I have no idea what to do with is the mustache. Any recommendations are welcome. I love the length it's at and like a more rounded look. But if the teacher or the mayor have other ideas, please let me know.
Okay. Here we go.
Wow. I could say it first.
You know what it's going to hit, yeah.
Super cool, like, color. Like,
love.
Like, again, another standout today.
Love. And it's unique. This isn't just like a straight up, like, oh, ginger beard.
Nope.
You've got some yellow in there. You've got the white, the gray in there. So awesome. All right. So let's get right to it here. Clay is someone who's been involved in this channel for a long time. Clay, I appreciate every comment, every interaction by you. You're awesome. Super glad that you sent in. So his main 2 things are the middle of his beard and then his mustache. All right. So the middle of the beard, for most people, Clay, if you don't point it out, no one's going to see it. But I know you do, and it is something that's there. So if you see his growth pattern here, he has the straight up V, and this one is a high V, and that's causing the issue that he's talking about. And you can see it just barely here, but this part of his beard is a little bit thinner than the other parts of his beard. Now, I have similar things. It drives me crazy. Most people don't see it. Most people say, oh, you got a perfect beard, you got this. But I notice it. I see it. So I'm kind of the same way. I understand fully what you're going through there. The question is, what do we do about it?
And I don't know. Like, he's right there. Like,
right there.
Go shorter. You're gonna. It's the width is gonna look different. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I don't want to lose the width.
So most people are going to tell you to leave it alone. We can style and adjust the style that we have. I think somebody said it here. An option for you, Clay, could be to do the Greg Brzezinski underbeard styling and grab that's round brush underneath the beard, curl it away from you, and then lock it in. What that's going to do is tuck this stuff underneath and give you pretty much two levels there. Liam, you are late. You'll have to come back later because we watched the beginning. We talked about you for like 3 minutes, Liam. So, no, welcome. Thank you for stopping in, Leo. But I think that might be your option. I would hate to trim that away because to make the difference, like the mayor would say, you would have to go to about here, and that's going to take off so much of this beautiful beard on the side.
Yeah, I think it's a styling. I think we try that first.
You got to play around with the styling. You got to make some adjustments there. And I do think it's with a round brush. The one thing is that neckline's not going to change anytime soon. If you check back in 15 years, it might be different. But right now, it's not going to make any difference for that. Like if anybody says, just wait, it'll fill in. It's not going to for a while. So we got to adjust the styling. But dude, that again is just a little thing that you are likely, and most of the time you can hide that with a shirt color. Truly hide that with a shirt color. But I think you got to start playing around with the styling, and that's going to make a big, big difference. Second thing he said, and yes, you are your own worst critic. Remember that. Second thing he said is the mustache. Mayor, what's your advice there?
I wouldn't.
Hey, Joel.
I wouldn't touch it really. I think you keep training. Gosh, no. I think it looks really. It fits. It's like not long. It's not short. I like that line right there. It's not super. I wouldn't go any thicker. You could try to let it looks like let the longer hairs that go out there and see if you. But I love it's like again kind of like a sporty beard, like a sport beard,
it's clean,
and so I like that edge.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mac with the cheese. What's up, Joel? You're right at that point. If you were going to keep this style, I would say maintain it right there. And again, it looks really clean. This mustache is easy to keep up with, right? It just kind of caps over. This is like a Ron Swanson, a little bit smaller style, and looks really good. If you wanted to keep growing it, then we need to start training it, getting some heat out to the side, and even looking at a firm balm or a wax and get that boy going out this direction. But like the mayor said, the way it looks right now, I really like. But in 2 weeks, it's going to be completely over that lip. And I would just give it a little trim ski along that lip line. And I agree with Funk fully. Man, that beard fits him. Imagine this dude clean shaven.
Good way to say it. Yep.
Imagine him clean shaven, and that would be
a different person.
Different person. So, yep, my main advice there would be to start playing with a round brush, and you get it, grab the hair underneath, curl it away from you. So instead of going towards your neck, away, grab it, heat.
Got a video
away, grab it, heat. So yes, I don't have one on that specific style.
Oh, okay, all right.
So my beard's too thick for that to work, but Greg Brzezinski does, and I could send you that link if you need that one. Yeah, I don't have one on that. I have stuff with round brushes, but not that curl away and lock it in style. Okay. That one's a tough one.
Are you saying curl out?
No, curl so under? Grab here, and then your thumb's down here. Let me show you. All right, so your thumb is down here. I don't have anything around. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Your thumb is here. I'm gonna get in, and I'm gonna curl away, so the hair is locked in. Right, okay. I'm right here. Hair is locked in. All right, so like this. Curling away from you.
Away, but it's actually pulling giving you that edge.
Okay. Yes, exactly. So right here, away from you, spray, good to go.
It's like counterintuitive to what your brain sometimes would think you would get.
Yep. So hopefully that helps out, Clay. Play around with that. I didn't come up with that styling technique, not trying to take credit. First I saw it was Greg Brzezinski, and he pulls it off really, really well. You see a lot of Santa beards with that.
Okay.
That little bob underneath, they have that. So yes. All right, awesome. Here we go. Heat plus tension equals direction. That is a fact. All right, who we got? Okay.
All right, this is Jason. These are my current goals. For my head hair, I'm working towards a modernist Viking-style mohawk with a skin-tight fade. With enough time, the hair will be long enough to braid. A hair cutter at a run-of-the-mill haircutting place did not understand my mohawk goals and took all the growth that I had on the back of my head off. So this will take a little while. Right. On the bright side, I now have an actual barber, and this gives me my beard time to fully develop. For my beard, I'm working toward about a 6-inch tight, clean, sharp, lined, boxy beard.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good description.
Great description.
To contrast the curves and the waves of the head hair. Boy, that's a good. He's got a lot of thought.
He's dialed in.
Yeah. I have seen some people in the community with them, but I do not know the name of the style. Kind of like what Scuba is rocking. I had been trimming my mustache in the beginning, but now I'm trying to let it grow as full and as long as I can get it. Ideally, in the end, it will go across the lip and straight down both sides, being the full length of the rest of the beard and bushy enough to hold some beady jewelry.
Ooh.
Like a nice druidic rune bead or something. Lofty goals, we shall see. I'm trying not to trim until I get past the 6-inch mark, but not opposed to it if you think it's needed. I periodically will shave the tops of my cheeks under the neckline and the neck and the sides of the neck below the ears. This is a few hours after the morning shower. I use oil, blow dry styled, and then finished with some waxless butter. I'm looking for any pointers or if you see any bad habits I'm developing and should stop doing. or should I just keep doing what I'm doing?
Awesome. Really well worded, Jason. You seem like you're a poet. All right, here we go. Awesome. So he's got it dialed in, right? The heat, great beard. Again, great color. I love that we have so many of us are like soul patch is a little bit different color, which is super cool. All right, as we're going here, awesome beard, my friend. The first one's easy. Everyone's going to agree with me because we all dialed into the same thing. Let that cheek line go. The good news is it looks like you have really fast growth and a really dense beard, and it's going to set you up for a really nice, almost transition fade on the cheek line. But I do believe you went too low, and especially with your beard being so thick and dense, those boys are going to probably come in the next day at like a 5 o'clock shadow, are going to be hard to keep up with. I say let it go natural, and you can really see on this one over here. Let it go natural and see what it looks like, because that might be the perfect line. I'm not the big fan of the big like whoop swoop down line. And remember, earlier I told someone to lower their neckline or their cheek line. So I'm not some generic robot that says let your cheek line grow. I will be appropriate with what's going on. Let this one come up a little bit. Go a little bit higher on that line. And for your size beard, stop touching the neckline. I said you had it earlier that you had started cleaning up that neckline. Leave that neckline alone, man. Leave it alone 100%, because you are now at a length where it will be completely covered by the front of your beard. No more, no touchy. Let it go. What you want?
Yeah,
man?
I would just with working in the bead and all that, like that styling, I would hesitate to lead you astray with anything. I love the mustache, just kind of stands out to me. It's kind of like almost outgrowing the length of the beard. And I think that's kind of some of the style you're going for. And the braid, I think you mentioned braidability and things like that. I see a well-trimmed, well-styled beard that has huge potential to go longer. I don't know if you might consider a cleanup just right on a profile picture, like just if you're looking. I think
it looks like he does trim it
for the boxy,
maintain it.
If you want those the sharp edges, that's gonna help you.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do,
and that's gonna be an every couple of days maintenance, because your hair is
a slippery slope.
It is. Yeah, your hair is coming in dark, but it does look like your hair would connect all the way around. What I would do, if you do not already, is get some kind of detailer, whether it is an Andis T trimmer or whether it is a zero gap blade from Brio. That's a pretty simple thing. It's only going to take you a couple seconds. Push your beard to the side, clean it up in the morning, and you'll be good to go. But like the mayor said, if you're looking for that crispiness, I think that would be worth it.
And he said I just did that a couple days ago.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, so yeah, you're doing good there. So yeah, man, my biggest thing, hey, thank you guys. Thank you, Dogs. My biggest thing would be to let that cheek line grow up, and then also stop touching the neck. These photos show it perfectly here. Let this go, and then leave this alone. Yeah, I could see you were kind of going at that line there. Dude, you have all the you've got Sasquatch foundation. You got everything that you need to rock it on. And again, I think we sound like broken records, but it's kind of the market we have on this channel. You're trending towards a bald and beautiful, my friend.
I know he talked about
the mohawks. Yep.
Yeah, going for that, but that could be a mean look too.
Hey,
for sure.
You have the head shape for it, my friend. You would pull off a really good bald and beautiful. You almost have a matte, no BS look going on, and I can tell that you have the sides really nice and faded. That could be something you can pull off really well. What's up, Lane? But again, I know we say that often, but I think most guys are relieved once they do it. Mm-hmm. At least the guys I hear from. They're like, man, why didn't I do that earlier? I was holding on to this silly thought or this, that. I'm not saying you're there yet, but it's in your future. That bald and beautiful.
And I'm going to go full circle on our advice. And I'm going to come back to where you started on the cheek lines. I think the cheek hair, if you let it go, that I think you could stand to have a little more volume off of that cheek hair, like as it gets longer and the ones that are meant to grow, to kind of complete the shape of it, and still stay within kind of what you identified as your goals with the edges, but a little fullness on that area. Or if it looks like you're using heated brush, like a lower temperature on the side, might be something to try.
Yeah, and if you are going for that, if that's your image, if that's your goal is to go for that full Viking style, boom. Yeah, I agree fully. Let that mohawk go and kind of grow it out the Viking show style, because you can have that for sure, man. So, yeah, that would be really, really cool.
That would be an awesome follow-up.
Yeah, that would be a cool follow-up for sure. Awesome. All right, and we only have a couple more, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us.
This is Jesse. Jesse says, I started growing my current beard in May. I've done a couple of small trims on my own that maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. If I made it worse, I don't know if I made it worse and should start over or if it's still fixable. Maybe by a pro. I don't feel very confident trimming on my own. I've always had issues with my mustache getting in my mouth and bothering me around my nose. So any suggestions there would be awesome. My wife isn't a fan of the styled mustache, like the handlebar or any other styling suggestions for the mustache. And the beard in general would be great. Okay, so any other styling suggestions for the mustache and the beard in general would be great. I also really struggle with what to do on the sides and how to style my sideburns to my beard. Lastly, the front is quite curly with lots of flyaways. I think that's what that's what they're called. Not sure if that changes anything or that will change as it grows longer, or if I should try something to straighten / clean it up.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome beard, my friend. I love it. Okay. So, just kind of, he wants not a handlebar mustache, but just looking for some general advice on the mustache, right? And then also from there, just looking for just kind of general ideas of the sides and kind of just general advice, right, as he's going through. I'll start with the mustache. I love it. Your mustache is the way I like mine to look right now. I think it looks really, really nice. That was what I would call the lazy walrus style, and I think it looks awesome. I really do. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't change the thing right now. Keep the heat on it like you're doing, and keep letting that grow.
Yeah. Just to add for the the sides you had asked about, one of the things, the flyaways. You're absolutely right. Flyaway today is your beard. What is your saying? Like, yeah,
flyaway today is a part of a perfect beard tomorrow.
Right. And I think that's true. I think you could taper in the sideburns into your head, and that would give it that would do part of what you're asking about on the sides and give the volume. I like the natural wave. I on the sides. I think you try to keep that. You could, I don't know. It's hard to say, but you could look at that. I don't know if you want to. You've got kind of a rounded edge, and it's like a natural. You could keep that. Otherwise, the shaped edge, you're gonna maybe do a little bit of actually like a trim, like keeping that line. That's up to you. I usually use like a fade comb and just scissors. But that's personal preference,
right?
And then the last thing I was just gonna say is when I have a problem with how it's looking on the sides, I like to use a balm. After all my styling, I use a balm, and then a boar's hair bristle brush of all things. Like I come back to it. I've been trying this lately just to bring those guys back down, and a little bit of moisture, because it's just most of that's just static electricity, just kind of like you're not getting along with each other. And when you use that water, you I don't want to get too weird about it, but you repolarize some of it, and you might get a little more control and be surprised.
Yeah. So you're asking for advice here. I would start to taper. I wouldn't go to a full fade because you don't have a ton of like width right here, but I would start to taper. I would trim this side part right here. I would do almost the version of mine where you kind of push it over and do like a little trim to just give it a little bit more streamlined look. And I would maybe even clean up down here a little bit. One thing, again, we don't want to sound like we're being on repeat, but a couple people said it in the chat. I would also let that cheek line go. That cheek line that you have brings it really swooping. It makes this side really narrow right here. But if you let that go, it's going to give you so much more body right here because it does look like you trimmed down to that portion. So I would let this ride up a little bit and then trim down a little. It's almost like you're going to replace here with here.
And I think that growth will set off the mustache better too. Like I think it's gonna fit into. It's gonna be like the full picture. Just getting past that, weird phase of like, long beard / stubble here. It takes a little while, but it would be worth giving it a shot and looking at that.
Absolutely. And I did finish all of my Mingy bag, by the way, guys. That was 3.5 ounces of beef down in the belly. So it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna brush my teeth after this because I know I'm probably not smelling right. So that's just part of being the beef man. All right, and we have a couple more. I think we have 2 more here. Let me check real quick just so you guys can kind of hold on for us as we go through. No, we got a few more. All right, 3 or 4 more, and then Bobby's that last one. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. And thank you for hanging out with us. We want to make sure we cover everyone. I know it's getting late and stuff, but we want to make sure that that we have it all covered.
It wasn't until about 4 months ago I decided to let her go. I think of the beard, not the
Yeah, he didn't.
It doesn't matter. That's not for me to say.
Yeah.
And my goal was to wait until January 1st to see where it was at. It's now February, so I decided to keep it. With the help of your videos, my friend Rob Acker, I've learned a lot of tips and tricks when it goes to growing a beard.
Shout out to Rob.
I am far from mastering it, but as I've learned with anything else, there's always room to learn. Doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are. I'd like to hear your thoughts on how I should go about styling my beard and my problem areas and how I should fix them. I really just want to be consistent with it.
Awesome. And consistence key. Consistence key here. Awesome. And thank you for sending in, Michael. I told Rob that you were sending in today, and Rob said that he's a personal friend, told me that you're a great guy. So thank you, man. Yeah, awesome. Great color, by the way. Love the color as this is coming in. Great side beard as it's coming through. And for this one, you want to kick it off? Want me to roll?
Sure. I really kind of admire, I think it's kind of cool what you do with the little soul pad, it looks like it's kind of trimmed or it's kind of
styled,
like
at least,
styled, unique look. I think that's a cool look.
I agree.
And then I feel like go back to the sides. I feel like there's we do have some thinness that we could do a little bit to bring it back up to that to where it's almost, I don't know if your head's turned more in one than the other, but it's like you can see you don't see the thinness on the right that you do on the left, but I think it's probably there or whatever.
Right.
I think you could just do a maintenance trim and on the sides and bring that in. I also think a sharp line on the side would look good as well. But that's a hard thing to do on your own too if you're not confident in.
So he said he hasn't touched it yet. He was scared to do that. So this is just natural, which looks really cool. But you can tell he's using heat. So, Michael, I'm going to give you two bits of advice and also let you know your beard looks awesome, dude. You have a full beard. You're going to grow into an even better beard. So, one, I would dial back the heat a little bit. It seems like you're using heat for either too long or too hot. So take it back just a little step. And as I had in my video on Sunday about heat, it's all about practice and technique. You got to try different things out. If you're using a heated brush, if it allows you to go with a lower temp, do that. If you're using a hair dryer, try different angles, really kind of mess with it a little bit and just back off the heat a little bit there. And I would do a little trim now. I know he said he's kind of scared of it, but that's part of the fun, man. I really mean that. It's part of the journey is learning what to do. I would go with just a little trim down here just to clean that line up a little bit. And I do think it's time for a mustache trim. That mustache is looking really nice, but it's kind of jetting out a little bit there. So I would do a little mustache trim. If you don't know how to do that, literally look up Dancy Bearded Mustache Trim, and it'll have a video that takes you step by step. But your trim's going to be right here. Just a little one, just cleaning up those sides. This part is so dark, so dense, looks awesome. I'm going to take off about 3/4 of an inch, going right there.
And I think if you're super concerned with that, you go do that trim with some good, decent scissors. I got, you can spend like hundreds of dollars on scissors for nice.
Oh,
scissors.
yeah.
But I'm talking like $20 scissors, which is more than you would normally get.
Right.
But and just kind of make it a 3-day trim and just do as little as possible at first. So keep an eye on it and go from there. Proceed with care because you can get it. You can break your own heart.
Yes,
with a little bit too severe of a clipper trim.
And I will say, Michael, not everybody has an in-person friend that has the experience and knowledge of Rob Acker. There's guys that would kill to have a personal friend like that. Use him. Right? Tap into that resource. I know he's willing to help you out, and Rob knows as much as anybody in the game. So really lean on him and take that advantage. You almost have like a performance enhancing advantage there. It's like the mayor when he started, he's like, I didn't have a normal start. And it's
No.
like, yeah, not only just me, but the moderators, right? He's got feedback from Doug, from Joel, right? Joel's a huge inspiration in the mayor's beard, and Tim and Jake. So you have an advantage there. Use it, my friend. So a little bit less heat, a little bit more of a touch up, and you're doing great. Doing great. All right, Marcus.
All right. I'm 37 years old and from Norway. I have no problems yet, but I'm worried about my cheeks as I think it is a bit thin there. Do you think it will fill up with time? And do any of you have general advice in the coming months? I watch videos from Nancy every day. My fiance is starting to get a little jealous. So I learn a lot there. My beard journey started in December, so I'm completely new to the beard world.
Cool.
Never had a beard longer than 4 or 5 millimeters, and never and metric system. And I never let it grow on my cheeks before.
Thank you. I do know metric system.
No, I know. I just
I
like
know.
this is how we know he's really from Norway.
All right, so this is only 2 months again here. Oh, oops, I think this is the wrong one. Disregard that. I believe that's from the last picture. Yeah. All right.
That could get confusing.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. So disregard that one. That one's my bad there. Great, dude. 2 months, great beard. His main question was, are my cheeks going to fill in? That's a resounding yes. Mm-hmm. For a lot of people, the cheeks take the longest to fill in as they go. If you're growing, my friends, just keep going. There's really nothing to adjust at this point.
No, it's very similar. I think it was Adam earlier.
Yeah.
Just kind of you have some severe, like, this is where guys think, oh, I'm a chin strap person my whole life. But you don't have to be. It's just, not that there's anything wrong with that either. But, like, I think the full beard's there, but you've got great jawline growth. It's the star right now, the underbeard a little bit, but everything else will catch up with time.
Yep. Keep giving it beard oil. Keep giving it comb. Keep giving it brush. All that stuff is going to help stimulate the blood flow and is going to get that going. With the base you have everywhere else, that stuff will fill in real easily. So, yep, over time, you'll be fine. Truly fine.
It's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning where he is.
Right. Yeah.
So
you
wake up. Thank you for submitting.
Yeah.
This is Christopher. I'm almost 26. I'm shooting for a pure yeared, but the age of my beard is a bit of a guess. The last time I shaved clean was around Father's Day 2019.
Cool.
But I've had a nightmare. I had a nightmare trim and a couple of self trims since. My last trim was September 8th, 2020. My sides and mustache are my 2 biggest areas of question. My sides are thin in my opinion, and I am uncertain that they will ever fill in. If you look at the picture of my underbeard, you can see a hole on one side pretty noticeably. The stash is the longest I've ever had it, and I'm just not sure how to train it or what to do with it. Since taking on the challenge of a pure yeared, I have been applying oil morning and night, butter at night, and combing and brushing. Played around with wash, co-wash, rinse routines to find out what works, and I cold rinse all but one night a week, on which I exfoliate.
So he's dialed in. Kilo Mike is always in streams, always commenting on videos. And so here's the thing. He's saying he's going for a purest yeared. Again, awesome beard, my friend. Awesome color, awesome style. Just looking great. If you're going for a purest yeared, there's not much we have to offer you.
It's just maybe if there's anything, it's going to be a styling.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that we have to offer there. Thanks, guys. Was it this comment? He said, somebody said, sorry if I missed something, guys. We're trying to just kind of roll through here. So if I missed it, come back and drop it again. I'll try my best to be able to help you out there. But it looks great, man. Kilo Mike, if you were one of my best friends sitting right next to me and you're like, Dan, hit me real, man. Hit me raw. What do I need to do? My advice for you would be to continue your yeared, but I would drop the purest tag to it. And I would do a very small trim right along here. You see these guys? You got some rogue warriors that are going out. I wouldn't even consider this a real trim. This is just going to be a light dusting, a light little,
It could be scissors too.
And it easily could be scissors because it's so thin down there and so just kind of just wispy. I would just that may even be the better advice is to go with scissors down here. It would no longer be a purest yeared, but I think it would look really nice and go a really, really long way. And it's so simple. It's so easy and all the benefit. I'm not touching anything up here. Just a little.
So when you're going for like a pure year, he's saying he doesn't want to really cut or take off anything.
A purest year is you do not cut a hair on your face.
So it kind of limits our advice.
Right.
We're gonna
but limited to styling.
You know, basically it's you take our trim advice if you value, like, it's like the purity of the year versus your day-to-day look, and we don't make that choice for you. We're just gonna give advice on either way. I don't see any styling concerns.
Nope.
Just talk about a hole and under the underbeard.
Nah.
It's growth pattern.
Yep.
You know, and there's nobody's gonna see or notice it.
No.
But there, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask, because there's nothing wrong with that or anything like that. So I would say and I think you asked about the mustache too. If you're going purest year, you know, all you got is that training and that you know that you can do with that. Other than that, you know, you could you know, it sounded like you're like way dialed into it, like as far as the care and routine. So I don't have too much to add.
So you said, I hoped you guys would give the advice anyway. I knew you would, so I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely, man. Just that small thing there, because everything else is just wonderful. And it's just, I think people get so late, and I know you're not, Keel. I'm just giving you a perspective. People get so attached, like, oh, he's telling me it's growth. Like we have nothing to do with that, you know? So just a little, and you're good to go. That's awesome, man. Great color, great fullness. Awesome mustache, great smile, dude. I love when you can tell when beardsmen are smiling.
Like they're proud of
Yeah, I love that. And sometimes I think beardsmen get a bad rap, right? We look tough, we look this and that. Smile, man. Even with a mustache and a beard, it lets people know. All right, this is our last one.
Try not to flex, just exercise. All right. So now that I have caught Rona, I know that I will be finding things to do. I'm looking for perhaps something to try differently with my beard. Style, trim, technique, anything is possible, and I'm all ears. I apply oil to my beard twice a day. First in the morning, rinse every night. Rinse only. Every morning, rinse only. I only use a heated brush for styling. Blow dryer only added more work to my routine. Second time, immediately after I get home from work and after a shower.
Okay.
I wash every night after work. I must wear a mask 8+ hours, and before bed, I usually do a whipped butter in the scent of the oil I want to wear the next day.
Okay.
I feel this adds to the longevity of the scent, given only that I only rinse in the morning.
Cool.
My only problem is my stash. It has never been strong area above over the years of having one. I use wax mainly to style it over a small scar, and that's all. Overall, I'm satisfied with my beard. I'm simply looking for insight on a possible style to change. Give them to me.
I like it. So Bobby's one of the most involved people.
Yeah, like,
I mean, on everything.
When I saw his name, I'm like, really?
And so this is a fun one. He says, I have a great beard, guys. I love my beard, but I'm open to change. He said, if there's like a time for me to change, let's go with it right now. So this is what we got with Bobby right here. Again, he's dialed in. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he's considering a change. He wants to switch it up a little bit. And that's not my wheelhouse, to be honest. I'm good at helping people get to like goals, getting to great beards. I'm not really great at deconstructing beards and breaking them down to something else. And I'm aware of that one here. So he said, all right, Bobby's here. He's working on stuff in the background. Awesome. So guys in the chat, do you have something in mind that Bobby could switch it up and maybe try something new? What could we go for on this?
Bearded John says that I'd say the blowout. So what he means is he's recommending kind of like bringing the edge in. Or
no, opposite of that. So a blowout is go out.
Okay.
Yeah. So wrapping it in would be totally different. I agree. We got a lot of guys. Yeah. Okay. So Bobby, we have a concise answer here. A little mix of the blowout, less heat. Where we at here? The beard looks good. Less heat. Maybe go big old bushy. Right. I think. And then you got other people saying, let's go. Brian West says business beard. Let's say mayor style beard. All right. We have some different thoughts on there. Maybe do a hard line for the Vikings. I think we're down to two options. One is much less heat and blow that baby out. Get big. Go huge. Two is let's take a lot of body off and go business beard style. Maybe just do hard lines for a Vikings or Kratos style beard. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that too. A couple people are saying jewelry.
All right, so looking straight on, I'll just throw this out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it's the mask too, but I think the face shape could also do like not like it would be longer than a Van Dyke style, but it would be like coming to a point. It could be kind of a sharp, clean look.
A ducktail
try.
beard?
And I'm just throwing throwing it out there. Okay, that doesn't mean that, but I feel like it's good for the face shape too. But that would be losing a lot of beard too. I think we try. You could try different heat approaches too.
So Molly's got my suggestion wrapped word for word: much less heat and blow it out. And again, you have a great beard, Bobby. You have an awesome beard.
Epic.
You're just asking for a switch up. I want you to go big. Let's go less heat, more volume, kind of go out with it and work on getting that beard going out big. I think you could have a very voluptuous beard.
So if you had like a straightened beard that you wanted to get back to natural, how would you get there fast? You got to stop the heat. Would you stop conditioning as well?
Nope. Maybe dial it back because conditioning does give it weight and holds it down is kind of what you're getting at there. I would not eliminate heat. I would use the heat in a new direction. To get that body going out, you need to do the blowout. And what we mean by that is get the blow dryer underneath and push it away from your face. Get that boy going out. And I think that could do a lot of fun. And as Kilo Mike says here, same kind of idea. Less heat and switch up the styling. So I agree. All right, I will think about the blowout more. I will see what I can do with the old blow dryer again. And that's a good safe start, right? You're not changing anything. You're not doing anything. If you're not happy with it and you're like, I still feel that void in my life, I want to make a change. Now think about the ducktail. Think about the business beard. You do have different things to play with. And like you said, consider the face shape and everything. So awesome, man. That's a fun one. We haven't really had that before for someone to say, I love my beard, but what can I do? What can I do differently with it? Hey, TR, thank you. Last question we'll take of the night right here. Any advice for a thin side beard above the jawline? Thin side beard. So talking about in the cheeks? Patience.
Just don't use heat. If it's thin and you want it to thicken, you want those hairs to curl. So you're gonna get that density slowly because it takes longer when you have when you let the hair be around, you lose the length. But I think that's what fills in the fastest.
Great tip. Yeah.
Get old. Because when you get old, it does darken a little, before it grays out.
I would say, sometimes.
Not, whatever. I'm already got some stuff going on I won't talk about. Yeah,
truly just give a little bit of patience. Make sure you're combing your actual face. Make sure you're getting a firm boar's brush on your actual face. And let that growth just happen. And like the mayor said, if you have thinness up there, if you're applying heat, it's just going to make it look straighter and even more thin. So, yeah. Awesome, guys. I know this was a later one, but we wanted to make sure we got through everybody. And we had some really, as always, man, every week, you think all right, there's no way we're going to, then they just keep coming. And they just keep coming and keep coming and new things. And it's just fun, man. I appreciate all of you guys. I think this is a pretty unique show and community. So thank you for everyone that stayed with us and rolled with us here. If you haven't, go check out my video from today. It's, to me, a really interesting one that I worked very hard on. So hopefully you guys will enjoy learning a little bit. Mayor, final thoughts?
Check out the Facebook Commands Corner. Hang out with us. Thank you guys. It's awesome. I can't believe how many people step up we've had. It's just been consistently more and more. If you're out there and you're like, should I throw it in? Do it. Especially now with a giveaway this at the end of the month. What's it cost? Have you seen us be mean to anybody?
Right.
We're not gonna laugh. We're not laughing. Like we all have our. No, none of us are perfect. So we don't claim to be. So
no,
just trying to help. So,
usually we relate with the problems more than anything.
Right.
So
connect to it.
And also, guys, with the Facebook pitch, it's a pretty special place, but we do have group exclusive giveaways. We do have group exclusive videos from the mayor. The mayor already has a video up reviewing Detroit Grooming that you can only find on the Facebook group. Commands Corner, it's scrolling down below. But please give it a look, guys. It's a pretty cool place with some pretty cool benefits as well. We have an exclusive beard barber map where people submit their great experiences with barbers around. So a lot of stuff like that you really can't find anywhere else.
I agree.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here tonight. We will see you soon. Q&A stream coming soon. I thought that I'm going to officially stamp that and let you guys know maybe Friday. Keep an eye out. Maybe Friday. All right.